That's a good old spot.
Ray had one simple goal that weekend: set up his trail camera in the woods and capture some wildlife. Deer, maybe a fox. Nothing unusual. He mounted the camera, headed home, and waited. What came back on that footage was the last thing he expected. The clips are from after dark, and the final one was recorded at 4 a.m. Take a look. What makes this footage unsettling isn't just the axe. The man has no shirt, no flashlight, and he's not walking. He's moving low to the ground, almost crawling through the dark. Just before this, Ray's camera picked up domestic animals passing through the same area, which is also strange. Ray has no answers. Maybe the man was lost, using the axe to feel safe. Maybe something else was going on that night. But none of those explanations really account for what you just saw. I'll let you decide. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. TechRax is not a mystery channel. It's a tech channel, with over 7 million subscribers built entirely on straightforward reviews, tests, and experiments. The kind of channel where everything has a logical explanation, because that's the point. 5 years ago, he decided to test the durability of the newly launched iPhone 11 in one of the most extreme ways possible, by sinking it into something called the Hot Cauldron Hole, a deep underground water pocket buried in the middle of the desert. A 7-hour drive from anything resembling civilization. He threw the phone in while it was recording, and the experiment was a success. The phone held up longer than anyone expected. But that's not why we're here. While the iPhone was underwater, still recording, the microphone picked up something that had nothing to do with any tech test. Take a look.
I'm going to make sure that the phone is in the water for about 30 seconds. Give it about 10 more seconds. And now let's pull it out.
Now, does that sound like water to you? Because to me, it sounds like screaming. I know how that sounds. We're talking about a phone dropped into a hole in the middle of a desert. There's no one down there. There can't be. But listen one more time. This time, the raw audio directly from the phone.
And then right there, you could hear, it definitely sounds like some yelling. It's really weird, guys. I don't know what to think of it. Especially since the first dip there was no noise at all. And then the recording actually stopped right here, which is also really weird. But I just wanted to show that, guys, as proof. Like, I didn't edit the audio or anything. That was the actual drop there in those hot springs.
A specialist reviewed the footage. No clear explanation. The mystery stays exactly where it was. The most logical answer? The pressure combined with the superheated water in that underground pocket may have produced a sound that closely mimics a human scream. Acoustics can do strange things in enclosed spaces. That's the most logical answer. Or, and we're just putting this out there, that phone dropped somewhere it shouldn't have, and recorded something that was never meant to be heard. Project Ghost is a channel built around one single purpose: investigating the most haunted locations on Earth. If anyone is comfortable with the unexplained, it's these people. But what I'm about to show you has nothing to do with ghosts. 5 years ago, the creator posted a clip filmed with his girlfriend on the way home from a friend's place. Nothing planned, nothing staged. On a whim, they decided to open Randonautica, an app that generates a completely random location and sends you there. No context, no preview. You just go. Most of the time, the places are strange, unsettling, out of the ordinary. This time was no different. The app dropped a pin on a road just off their route home. They pulled over. And what they found there, even two people who actively hunt for haunted locations, stopped them cold. Take a look.
I'm gonna get off the car right now. Give me a second. Do you have the keys?
Yeah.
Alright, y'all.
No way.
Holy crap, guys. Randonautica took us to a wrong turn.
Baby, what is that?
There's what? Don't tell me it's here. What the Are you serious right now? Wait, did you hear that?
Was that a dog?
No freaking way, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Like
hear
that
it sounded like a baby sound, like a doll sound, like, you know those little kids that play with, like.
Yo, check this place out, guys. What?
There's no way this thing about is here.
We're literally in Desert Doll Island. That's what it looks like. Look at yeah, because I mean, like, we're in the desert type of thing, the mountains. What the hell is this? Wait, what does this say?
It says.
Oh, it's in Spanish.
Bienvenidos. Esta tierra es de la bruja, de peligro. No, ya, de peligro. Mis ojos te están mirando, quédate. Tengo las huellas de sus pies. Yo te voy a hacer caminar desnudo y loco. What the hell?
What the Alright, so right off the bat, guys, we got a bunch of dogs here just laying around this fence. Yo, look at that.
Look, they look burnt. Look at this one. Look at that one. There's no way.
Guys, yo, what's up with your head? She got burned. Okay, this is very
Can you hold my phone?
disturbing. Just the keys and all that's gonna clear.
How do you zoom in?
Oh, look at this cowboy hat.
Howdy, partner.
Okay, well, I kind of have like a, I'm kind of like not too scared because I know it's during the day. Oh, but I'm worried about somebody popping up on these woods, you know?
Well, we should probably not go all the way over there.
No, I think we should go.
What if this is somebody's property?
No, it's fine. We'll leave. I just want to see what's over there. It kind of seems like a little house right there. I mean, like, Randonautica got us here.
There's that here, dog.
Wrong turn.
They ran. And honestly, that's the only reasonable reaction. What they found stretched for dozens of feet along that fence. Dolls, crucified, hung upside down. Scarecrows made from rags and mannequin hands. Written messages posted between them. All of it clearly designed to keep people away. Someone lives there, and whoever put all of that up wasn't interested in visitors. Here's the thing though, it didn't work. Because everything about that place does the opposite of what it intends. It doesn't repel. It pulls you in. You can't drive past something like that and keep going. The two of them were also trespassing. And given what they saw, whatever was behind that fence, whoever put it there, they got out at exactly the right time. The location exists. It's on a map somewhere. A road just off a normal route that two people stumbled onto by letting an app decide where to go. Imagine driving past that place at night, alone, and deciding to stop. Adam Brown is a professional scuba diver. But what sets him apart from anyone else doing this, he travels across the country helping families find their missing loved ones. That's the job. That's the channel. On January 7th, 2025, Adam and his partner Jason Surada were in Sumter, South Carolina, scanning the waters near a local bridge with a sonar. They were looking for someone who hadn't been seen in years. The sonar picked up something on the bottom, the shape on the screen, unmistakably a car. Adam suited up and went in. What he found down there stopped him cold, even for someone who does this for a living. Take a look.
Let's get down there. We found him.
Adam checked the license plate underwater, it matched. Exactly the car they were looking for. He surfaced, called the authorities, and within hours, the entire area was mobilized. The car was too deep to pull out that night. They came back the next morning. Inside that silver BMW 325i, they found Tommy Braley. He had walked out of Brewer's Bar and Grill in 2017 and simply vanished. No trace, no answers. His family spent nearly a decade not knowing whether he was alive or dead, whether to keep searching or let go. That question got answered at the bottom of a river in Sumter, South Carolina, almost 8 years later. The story made national news. For Adam, it was one more reason to keep going. For Tommy's family, after years of silence, it was the only kind of closure they were ever going to get. And somewhere in all of this, there's a reminder worth holding on to. Tommy left a bar one night and never made it home. If you're ever in that situation, leave the car. Find another way. No destination is worth what his family went through for 7 years. Joey Mac's channel is entirely dedicated to one thing: motorcycles, rides, trails, adventures. Nothing unusual about it. But on July 19th, 2019, something happened on a ride through Canyon Road that had nothing to do with bikes. Joey and his friend Brennan split up to try different trails. Brennan was pushing up a steep climb when he spotted someone ahead of him, on foot, in the middle of the desert, miles from anything. Take a look at what he saw.
That is a whole nother, oh my God, what the hell is this? What the fuck? Where did she come from? Okay, that is creepy. That is so creepy. Brennan's gonna freak out. Do I go back and look for him? What the hell? Where did she come from? Where did she just come from? I gotta go find Brennan. This is like something out of a freaking movie right now. I feel like I'm being pranked right now. We are literally so far from anything, guys. Back to the freaking ghost girl. What was she doing out there?
Dude, I heard you yell and take off.
Well, yeah, because I was saying there's bees. You went through like a gigantic swarm of bees.
Did I?
Yeah, and I'm like, turned around.
I must have just got real lucky.
Yeah, it was a sign. The bees were a sign. I turned around. I'm like, sorry, Brandon, I gotta leave you. And then it was all fun and games until freaking ghost girl just comes out of nowhere. And I was like in shock. She was, oh, what she was doing. We were just staring at each other. And then she had something wrapped up. I was trying to look at it, and she like wasn't down for it. She was fucking out of there. And then she took off running at you.
Yeah, that was the weird part. You left me. And so I'm sitting there, and that's when I saw the bag. So it must have been Ghost Girl's bag. In the trees, hidden. So I finally turned around and she starts chasing me.
Dude.
And I had to run out of there.
That is...
I'm still kind of worried about what she had wrapped up in that.
I don't know what... That was weird as heck. She seemed like she was dressed too nice to be a bum, though.
That's the weird part.
Do you think she escaped the prison?
Maybe. Maybe those are her prison clothes wrapped up, keeping them hidden.
How gnarly would that be?
Dude.
If she was a prisoner.
Oh.
When they got home, something about that encounter didn't sit right. A girl, alone, in the middle of the desert, miles from the nearest road. They pulled up a missing persons database. And the first result that came up stopped them both cold. The resemblance was undeniable, so they called the police.
But it was just kind of weird how it popped up. So I looked at her face. She has a couple different pictures too. And it popped in my head. I was like, dude, that is her. I have a weird feeling it's her. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it in just to make sure it's not. it's better safe than sorry. If you guys ever run into this kind of stuff, it's good just to turn it in so they go check it out and make sure she doesn't need any help. So we're gonna call right now, turn it in, and then see what's going on with it, really. So let's call it.
The first department they reached wasn't interested. Minimal questions, no urgency. The kind of response that makes you wonder if anyone on the other end was even listening. So Joey called a second department. Different reaction entirely. They took the location, the direction she was heading, every detail the two of them could remember. And then, something neither of them expected.
All right, guys, we're back. It is 2 days later, and yesterday is when I was editing the video, and I felt like something was a little off, so then I ended up calling. And then last night, it was like about 12 a.m. around there, the cops ended up calling me back. And I just want to let you guys know right now, the Hemet Police Department and all those people involved over there were super helpful, super cool. I originally called the Mono County, I believe it was, up by Bishop, and they kind of brushed it off like nothing. It's kind of a weird deal. It kind of scared me a little bit because they didn't seem to care too much. But as soon as I got in contact with Hemet, they were super helpful. I told them my whole story, where I seen her at, and they're like, okay, we're going to send someone out right then. And so then he ended up calling me around like 8 o'clock at night, I believe. And he was like, so, okay, give me like your directions, where they were at and stuff like that. So that's exactly what I did. And he's like, all right, I'm heading out right now. I was like, you're going to go out there at 9 at night right now, like out into the forest? And he's like, yep, I'm going to go see if I can find her. And so he ended up calling me back at, I think it was, 12 a.m. in the morning. He's like, hey, he's like, good news, Joey, we found him. And he's like, it's not the girl that you thought it was. It is not Carly. But you did find some missing teens. And I was like, what do you mean? So actually, he ended up finding a 15-year-old girl and her boyfriend, I believe it was, he was 17 years old. And they've been missing for 2 days. So they ended up running away from home, something like that. I didn't really get into details too much. Obviously, it's not my place. But he said, good job. He's like, your directions led me straight to him. They ended up sleeping in like a little ravine in there. And they were able to return back to their parents. So it ended up being a happy ending, which I'm glad.
The police searched the area. They found 2 people, lost but alive, brought out safely because of that one phone call Joey refused to give up on. But Carly, the girl from the database, the face that had stopped them cold that day, was never confirmed. At the time, she had already been missing for nearly 8 months. No follow-up, no closure on that part of the story. What we do know is this: 2 people made it home that day because a couple of bikers noticed something that didn't feel right and didn't let it go. Sometimes that's enough. Sometimes it has to be. If you want to see more stories like these, the subscribe button is right there. It's free, and you can always change your mind. And before you go, 3 more encounters are waiting for you on the screen right now. The most recent one I put together, one YouTube thinks you'll enjoy based on what you've watched, and a full playlist if you want to keep going. Stay safe out there.